Hello and welcome to SCC's Community Corner, where we talk about all things great happening in Columbus County. My guest today is somebody that is no stranger to Columbus County, and I'd like to welcome our Sheriff, Bill Rogers. How are you, Sheriff Rogers?
Doing good this morning. Yes, ma'am.
Good. Having a good day today?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Well, we appreciate you being here. We wanted to just bring you in and talk to you a little bit about all the things happening with the Sheriff's Department, but then also the connection and the partnership that we have with Southeastern Community College.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a pretty good partnership, don't we?
A great one, yes, ma'am.
Good, good. So what do you think is the inspiration around partnering the Sheriff's Department and Southeastern Community College?
Which, you get your BLET program, then we got our criminal justice programs and stuff, people getting in to law enforcement, and it's kind of bad because rescue and fire can start at 18. You got to be 20 for law enforcement. So if we can get them in the criminal justice program, let them do ride-alongs, in which working with the college and hand in hand, and then go right into the BLET, that gives us officers to come to the police departments, the sheriff's office, because there's a shortage around the whole United States in law enforcement. So the partnership here really works good, trying to promote and getting guys back and ladies into law enforcement.
So you have a really good connection with the college. I think you're an alumni, right?
Yes, ma'am. I took BLET here in 1996.
Okay. Well, good. Well, I'm glad to have you as an alumni. So how do you think the partnership with the college helps with your retention and recruitment of your staff?
Well, there's a lot of people that's maybe from Columbus County. They want to stay here. You know, a lot of people don't want to travel out, and that's a good thing. Even though our pay is a little lower than other counties, we're working on that. The county commissioners is working with me and working for everybody in the county, but we're working on that and trying to keep them at home. And we got a lot of overtime assignments we do, like we work the town of Brunswick. So, you know, that's overtime. The officers working on a day off, so that gives them to make extra money to get paid time and a half to work the town of Brunswick, because they have to have law enforcement. So that's a contract we got with that town. Anything we can do, like on the paving and the construction on 74, if they want an officer, we send out there. And then there's extra money coming to the county, but then that pays the officer to work time and a half on his day off where they can make extra money. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's good to have this connection with the college. So, you know, how important do you think the college is to shaping what law enforcement looks like in the county?
Very instrumental. I mean, without the college, you know, people that go to BLET, that's about a 6-month program. It's hard to go out of county, especially if somebody's working. You know, I was the first sheriff to implement. I paid 6 the class before last to go to BLET, and they all working for me now. So I'm hoping that'll give them the incentive I paid them to go, because it's hard the way times is for somebody to quit and not have an income coming in. But they started in the jail, and I moved them from the jail to BLET. Now they're on the road. They're working well. Without the community college here, it would be very hard to send them somewhere and away from their families. So the college is very inspiration to keeping local people and people here going and coming to these local agencies.
Yeah. Well, that was a great way to do that. So you recently launched an initiative to have deputies certified as medical responders. Talk a little bit about that and what that entails.
Well, most anything happening in the county, we respond first before the rescue or the fire departments get there. We mainly the first responder, especially if it's something bad like a shooting or maybe an overdose, which we hate that. So I was just trying to get them more training. So if they're that medical responder, when they get there, they can assess the situation, make sure it's safe for the rescue to come up, and plus they can provide that medical service if it saves that life. And we pushing it hard for all my SROs, because I'm the first sheriff to have an SRO in every school. They used to share schools. Now we got one in all 16 schools of the county, from the charter school, the city, and the county schools. So that's my goal, to get all them medical responders certified, because if something was happening to one of the kids or something, we got somebody with a little bit of training on staff that can get to them quicker time the rescue squad's dispatched. So in that time frame, they can save the kid's life or adult, you never know. So
can make a difference.
Be the first one, it'll make a big difference. So I'm trying to get everybody certified medical responder, and I got some EMTs and paramedics on them, and some wants to go to the next step to the EMT level, which working with the colleges, that's another partnership we got with them. So we got some that's fixing to graduate and they want to go to the EMT class. That's good to have the EMTs on the law enforcement side too, so they can help the people in the county.
That's great. That seems like that would be a great thing to have, responding to whatever the case may be.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've talked a little bit about a push for more deputies. What's kind of the strategy for doing that?
Well, just looking at our call volume, and if you know, they're building houses on the south end, they're trying to build some on the east end. They got a proposal for 4,000 houses there near the Lake Walkmore. But as the people come in, we got to have the deputies. So when I'm working with the county commissioners, and we trying to strategize, because you can't wait till they get here to have the deputies. It's like you can't for the fire and rescue. So that's something that we're gonna have to look at. We got to get the officers here. And one of my big things on that too, working with the college, doing more training, our in-service, all the in-service comes through the college, and getting a little more training. But we got to get all our people to realize if they're gonna move here, they're gonna say, well, how is the crime rate? How is our school system? So again, that works hand in hand with the college, that we got a good college here, so they got a good school system. If we can keep the county safe, because we got to have the number of officers to keep it safe, that's going to attract businesses and attract the people to move to our county to help our economy.
And that's absolutely correct. So are there any other programs or certifications or anything that you feel like the college could help with in that vein that you were just talking about?
Well, I know they're offering a lot of classes for, I think we just had one of the biggest graduating classes they were, just graduated. So the college is really expelling. So that's bringing people here. And like I say, and we starting, y'all got programs in the high schools now for the fire and rescue. Again, that's a big thing. And I know I'm with the law enforcement, but I've been on the fire department since I've been 16 at Evergreen. So if you don't have your firefighters and your rescue, our house insurance goes up if you're within 5 miles. So the public safety that the college is doing in the schools and bringing it to the county with law enforcement, fire and rescue is a big plus for this county, helping everybody together. And they provide classes, and we get more classes every day. Just like I think we're doing some interview interrogation when they're in service. We bring a lot of classes to give more experience to our detectives, and I'm working hand in hand with Brandy Nance and Kevin Fowler. If I got a class I want, if I talk with them about it and sit down and show them the need for it, as long as we get enough people to go, and we bring in people from other counties in to take the classes also. So that's bringing revenue into our college, because they coming from surrounding counties to take some of these in-service classes.
And I guess that's exactly what the partnership's about.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
That's it. So why do you, and I know we've talked a little bit about it, but why do you think it's important to have that direct line to the BLET program and to the other programs? Why is that important to your department and really to the county?
Well, I mean, coming out, I actually am a general instructor, so I actually teach in the BLET program for this college. I teach at RCC, and I'm a specialized driving instructor, so I help out. So I got a personal contact with the students. I come by the class and check on it and talk with them in recruitment. And some of them, like, already got jobs at police departments paying them to come, but we still come by, talk with them if they want to do a ride along. I mean, you got that interaction. It's right here in the county. So, and I encourage my deputies to come by and talk with them. That kind of keeps them, because class is 6 months. Don't get frustrated. You got to do the physical parts. You got to do the book work. You got to pass the state exam. So that officer coming by talking with them kind of boosts their morale, keeps it up. So we try to come by and talk with them, and that's a plus for having a community college. We can all work together and try to keep everybody in the class, because we want them to graduate. We need them on the road. I'm
sure having the sheriff come by to talk to them is a plus too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
They like that.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us what else is happening at the sheriff's department. I know there's there may be a building going up soon.
Yes, ma'am. Well, right now we just got everything, our blueprints done. Everything's passed to build our new sheriff's office. The board of education, what we moved to, we're gonna keep it as the front part. We're building the building off to the side and back. It's gonna be 100 by 200 roughly building. So we got, like, our detectives is at the register of deeds office. So we had to put all our department back together, where we in there together, and that's a plus to me. And we getting a new building. The old building was tore down, so it's going to be a new look. We've got a fence around the whole perimeter, something that's never been, in case we was to have problems. People can't just walk around the property at the sheriff's office. I just got a fence put up. We've upgraded the detention center with some new cameras, new door locks, because it's over 20 years old now. So we doing a lot of upgrades and stuff that has to be done. We're dealing with our budget that hadn't been done in 20 years and trying to make the facility secure. So, and we get that new building, that's going to be a plus to getting everybody together and be modernized and getting all our stuff together.
Well, and I'm sure that type of thing would help with morale.
Yes, ma'am. It would help with the morale, the looks at the office, and they, like I said, they can't help us with cars. We've had a lot of cars with older miles on them, but again, cars is $50,000, and taxpayers, you know. But we got to have cars respond to these incidents all over the county because we got the third biggest county in the state. That's 954 square miles.
Yep.
So I look at it as being 1,000 square miles. If you got 5 deputies working, you got a sergeant, you have 4 covering 200 miles. People don't really look at it like that. And 300 miles, we can be from Evergreen to Jacksonville, Florida. So you got a deputy covering 200 miles. They, you know, and we don't have that many houses. We got a lot of open land, so it's a long ways from Evergreen to Regalwood or from Whiteford to Pireway. So it takes us a while to get there, especially if you call out needing help. So the more officers and working with the college, with the BLET program, and trying to get them in here and recruiting them to stay home, and from there, knowing the area, knowing the geography of the county, is helping out a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like it's a big county, like you said.
Yes,
They're traveling all over the place. And when we have these new subdivisions coming in,
yes, ma'am.
What's that going to do for the sheriff's department?
Well, that's more calls is coming out, so we're going to need more officers. We're bringing people here, so you're going to have to protect them. So it's going to be more responsibility for the sheriff's office. It's going to be more for EMS and fire. So I mean, so our first responders, I look at all jobs is important, but you got to have the law enforcement, EMS, and fire 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Some people goes home, they off the weekend, businesses closed, but we out there on holidays, we out there cold, hot, hurricanes, natural man-made disasters. We the first ones to the scene there, so we got to have our law enforcement. And like I said again, these subdivisions coming, we got to have the officers to protect them, because they're gonna look at our crime rate in the areas they want to move to. So you want to get the families to move in, and that's something they're going to look at.
That's right. That's right. Well, so what else is happening with the sheriff's department that you'd like to tell folks about? Anything else going on?
Well, right now, like I said, we just got the budget passed. The county got the budget passed, so we working on that. We just got to work through that. That's been a big, from March to now. Everybody's been working hard. So it passed last night. And like I say, I like to thank the county commissioners for helping us what they can help us with, because our county's growing. So we're getting a lot of infrastructure coming in. So money's doing different places. We can't have everything. It's like a checkbook. If you ain't got the money in your account, you can't write the check for it. So they're working as close as they can, keeping it tight on the budget. We trying to do our budget right, making cuts to the necessities that we need, and plus in our training. So they helping me with the training. If we got to travel for training, they helping me with officers, and we're trying to get our pay up. But like I say, it's a slow process, but they're working with us. We got 10 cars this time. But like I said, we talked about the county. You got 150,000 miles on a car. That's a lot of miles when you have to run around the county and stuff. And it don't take long to get that many miles on a car. So I'm working with them, trying to get a program where we can buy 10 or 12 every year. And that would stop us from having to buy 20 or 25 every 3 or 4 years. So it would be a better process. And some things that we're working on the budget that I've sat down and looked at our pay scale. I've put together a pay scale for them and what the counties around us is making, and the police departments, and so they're looking at that too. That's something we're trying to implement in the future. But so we working together, trying to get everything, trying to help the county the best we can.
Well, that's good. Well, it sounds like y'all have the same mission that the college has, is trying to help the county and the community as much as we can. And I know we appreciate having the partnership with the Sheriff's Department.
Yes, ma'am.
And I hope that you'll let us know if there's anything we can do to help out, to help that.
College is very instrumental to the Sheriff's Office and all our local police departments, and probably some local agencies around us, because it's just, the college is a plus for this county and what it brings in. And Dr. English has been great to work with, and he's helped us any way we wanted to help, and vice versa. So that if the county works together, we're going to prosper a whole lot more.
That's right. And our county's growing. We know that.
So yes, ma'am.
That's a good thing. So, well, thanks so much for being here today. And I see you wore your SCC orange for us as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So we appreciate that. But thank you again, and thank you all for being with us. This has been SCC's Community Corner. We appreciate you being with us, and we hope to see you next time. Thanks.